Hi everyone, welcome to DT's Premiere where technical drawing is made simple. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to support the channel and help reach more students. Let's begin. For this video, we're going to learn how to construct a perpendicular at a point P on a given line. So bear in mind the point is on a given line. So we're going to draw our line using construction lines, meaning the lightest line possible using your pencil and your ruler. All right. This line is going to be 5 centimeters long, which is the same as 50 millimeters. We're going to label A, B. After you do this, you're going to place a point on any part of the line. So we're going to place a point on any part of the line. It doesn't have to be in the center. It can be closer to B or closer to the A, but not too close. All right. I'm going to put it closer to B. We're going to label our point, and I'm going to call my point E. Now that I have my point on the line, I need a perpendicular line that's going to go all the way up. All right. It's going to be perpendicular, so it's going to be the opposite of the line. This is a horizontal line, and we need a vertical line here. But instead of just drawing it, we need to construct it. So you're going to get your compass, ensure that it's aligned properly so that when you draw your arcs using your compass, they are done properly. All right. Place your compass point at P because E to B has a shorter distance. I'm going to use that side to determine the radius of my compass. If I use A, for example, and then I come in a little bit, I want you to notice that when I swing my compass, it's going to go all the way over the line going towards B, and that's not what we want. So I am using the shorter side to determine the radius. All right. I'm just going to come in just a little bit more. Going to keep this radius. All right. So when I lock my compass, I'm keeping the radius. Then I'm going to go slightly under the line. All right. And I'm going to scribe a semicircle. And I'm going to go all the way slightly under the line again. This way will ensure that when you're doing it on paper, your points are touching the line at two different points exactly. All right. So we're going to call this new point C and this new point D. And just in case you're wondering what these points are, let me just put a point there. All right, those are my points. So after I do that now, I'm going to start with C because we're going up in the alphabet. I'm going to open my compass wide enough so it's not opened within the semicircle. If it's opened within the semicircle, when I swing, it's going to cut through the semicircle, and we don't want that. All right. So once again, you can either open to D or open past D. Usually I open past D. You're going to ensure when you swing, this is going to be a light line, so construction line. So scribing my first arc. All right. Just ensuring I'm slightly going from D back to C. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So at D, remember we keep the same radius. We don't change it. Scribe again to cut the arc that we just got. Now that you've done that, we're finished with the compass. You can put it up. You're going to fix your ruler so it's oriented in a vertical position to ensure that your point is going to go through P and the intersection that you just constructed. All right. And this is going to be a light line. After you have finished doing that, then you can go ahead and darken the points that are necessary, that are supposed to be outlined, that are supposed to be prominent. Let us just give this point a name, and we're going up in the alphabet, so E. So now I can go for my dark line, and I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm just going to retrace this to ensure that it's dark, prominent, and what we want is actually showing. If you do not understand, you can always reach out to me in the comments. If you have a specific challenge or specific question, you can also reach out to me in the comments. All right. So now that you've done that, that is done. And just like with the bisecting line activity, whatever concept you have learned from a horizontal line, you can do the same thing for a vertical line. So if the first line they give you is vertical, you're going to use the exact same method. Put your point on the line. Then you're going to get your semicircle. All right. Using this point and this point, you're going to scribe, and draw your line. And it's the same concept. All right.